Hey there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here. Welcome to my channel where I talk about books and bookish things. I upload on Thursdays and most Tuesdays, and today I thought we would talk about The Book of Night by Holly Black. Let's get into it. So before we get into the book or the Goodreads blurb or anything else, I want to take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this book is. Like, look at this cover. And then this is the naked cover here. And this is the end papers. That it's just absolutely I just wanted to give some appreciation to the hardback copy of the book. This book is about 304 pages, or 13 hours if you listen to it as an audiobook. This one I listened to while I was on a dog sit. I forgot to pack the book, so I haven't actually read this book, but I have listened to it as an audiobook form. This is one that I read out of pure curiosity. That I added this one to my want to read, and then I found the book, I bought it at a bookstore, and I don't know about y'all, but as a millennial, I love the Spiderwick Chronicles books. Like, there's the movie and there's the TV show, and like, I never got into those. I was a little bit too old for it at that time, but I love the Spiderwick Chronicle books, and Holly Black, the author of The Book of Night, is one of the co-authors, along with Tony Diterlizzi? I know I'm butchering that, but she's one of the co-authors, and I absolutely adored those books when I was a kid, middle school. I absolutely adored those books, and when I found out that she's writing adult books, I was like, ooh, let's get into it. And so she also wrote The Cruel Prince, which is all over Book Talk. It's on my to-be-read list. I haven't acquired a copy of it yet, but I will be reading it. Because if it's anything like Book of Night, it's going to be fantastic. So, before we get into the Goodreads blurb, I want to go over some trigger warnings. There is not a trigger warnings page in the book. This book was written in 2022 when not all authors were putting trigger warnings on their books. Like, it was some were, some weren't. It wasn't like... It's becoming the industry standard to put it on your books, and I agree with that. But at the time that this was published, it wasn't standard yet. So these I got off of a trigger warnings forum, along with ones that I put in there myself, that things that didn't necessarily trigger me, but kind of I know they could trigger someone else. So we have alcohol use, attempted unaliving, blood, child, drugs, gore, gun violence, incest, poisoning, self-harm, and violence. So this book is 100% for the adults. This is not a children's book. This is not a YA book. This is not a middle grade book. This is an adult book. It is urban fantasy. It's fiction. It's paranormal. It's got an element of mystery and heist going on with it. And it is part of a duology. It's the Charlatan duology. So let's get into the Goodreads blurb. Holly Black makes her adult debut with Book of Night, a modern, dark fantasy of shadowy thieves and secret societies. In Charlie Hall's world, shadows can be altered for entertainment and cosmetic preferences, but also to increase power and influence. You can alter someone's feelings and memories, but manipulating shadows has a cost, and with the potential to take hours or days from your life. Your shadow holds all the parts of you that you want to keep hidden, a second self standing just to your left, walking behind you into lit rooms, and sometimes it has a life of its own. Charlie is a low-level con artist working as a bartender while trying to distance herself from the powerful and dangerous underground world of shadow trading. She gets by doing odd jobs for her patrons and the naive new money in her town at the edge of the Berkshires. But when a terrible figure from her past returns, Charlie's present life is thrown into chaos, and her future seems at best unclear, and at worst non-existent. Determined to survive, Charlie throws herself into a maelstrom of secrets and murder, settling her against a cast of doppelgangers Mercurial billionaires, shadow thieves, and her own sister, all desperate to control the magic of the shadows. Like, this book has a brilliant blurb. It's not a synopsis because it doesn't go over all the plot points, but the blurb is absolutely brilliant. And it also won some serious points here because it starts out with a poem. One of my favorite poems from when I was a little kid, younger than when I read the Spiderwick Chronicles, but still. And it's, I have a little shadow that goes in and out with me, and what can be of use to him is more than I can see. He is very, very like me, from the heels up to the head, and I see him jump before me when I jump into my bed. From My Shadow by Robert Louis Stevenson. I had a whole picture book based around this poem when I was a kid. It was one of my favorite, stories, picture books. I think I still have it. I think it's in my bedroom. I thought that was absolutely brilliant to do this playful kind of juxtaposition against the dark that we're going to be getting into. So this one is first person POV, and it's now we have present time, which is Charlie, and then we have the past, which is usually Charlie, but sometimes Vince, who is another character. And I have in my notes here, when you're a con artist, who can you trust? How well can you lie? This book is a slow start, but then stuff gets real. Very immersive. This book is so immersive. I found myself, while I was listening to the audiobook, closing my eyes to just picture everything. Because while it isn't lush in terms of description, it is still immersive somehow. That it's sparse in a way that your brain has to fill in the details. Like, she doesn't spend a Tolkien amount of time describing a bookcase. She does describe a bookcase in beautiful detail, but it's not several pages to description, if that makes sense. It's more Spartan in that, and it's one of those things that it reminded me of the trope in horror movies that what's the scariest monster in a horror movie? It's before the monster gets revealed. It's before you see the monster. That's when the monster is the scariest, because it could be anything. It could be anything. And that's what we have in The Shadows. And I thought that was such a brilliant writing choice. Some people on Goodreads complained that there wasn't enough description. I'm like, that's because we're in the dark. You can't see in the dark. It's beautiful. It's brilliant. I thought it was absolutely brilliant choice. I thought it was an absolutely brilliant choice. And this book, everyone is an unreliable character. Everyone is a liar. Who can the female main character or the reader trust? Even it's an unreliable narrator. It's unreliable characters. Everyone's lying all the time. Even the character that we're pretty sure has been telling the truth is revealed to have been lying about who they are the whole time. Charlie lies to everyone, even herself. Poppy, Charlie's sister, lies to Charlie. Who can you trust? Vince lies to everybody. Everybody's lying all the time because we're in this seedy underworld kind of a place. It's a heist long con with a lot of twists and turns. The big twist that came out was I had to pause the audiobook and just sit there and think and be like, okay, did I see that coming? No, I did not see that coming. Is that in the book? Is that alluded to? And I went back through my notes. I'm like, yeah, it was there the whole time. The whole time. The whole time. Like that Mrs. Doubtfire meme. The whole time. The whole time. The whole time. Yeah. It has a bittersweet ending that perfectly sets up the second book. It does have love scenes in it, but they're more about the emotional connection. This one isn't spicy. Most of the love scenes are closed door. There are a couple where we talk through them, but we're talking about the emotional connection rather than the physical connection. So it's not spicy, but again, it is for adults. My end notes, when I finish this, I have engrossing, intoxicating, vibrant, but sparse world building, which I know is an oxymoron, but the world building was so brilliant because some things, the things that are in the light of day, were beautifully described, and other things in there were just not described at all. And it's it's a beautiful trick of world building to make the brain come up with and fill the gaps in the story. The second one is Thief of Night, and I will be tracking that one down and reading it. Let me know if you'd like to hear my thoughts on that one. But this one is a solid 5 of 5 stars. It's 1 on the chili pepper ratings. Even a wimp can order this dish at a restaurant. But it is, for me, it's a solid 5 of 5 stars. It was absolutely brilliant. It's kind of a slow burn of a book that you've got, okay, we're easing into things and blah, blah, blah. We've got a job, but the job goes south. And then the job is interconnected to this plot and this scheme. And then this happens. And then it snowballs in a major, major way. So a lot of people gave up on this book before the halfway point. And when I was reading through the reviews, and I'm like, then you missed the best parts, because that's the point, is that we're going through the day-to-day life and like, oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. Wait, they're connected, and that's connected to this, and this is connected to that, and blah, blah, blah. And sorry, my bangs, I'm growing them out. I'm growing out my hair on this side of my head, and they are in my face all the time. And I forgot to bring some bobby pins into this room with me to pin them. But yeah, this book is absolutely brilliant. I love this book. What are some books that are not necessarily well-loved? Like, they're not hated, but they're not well-loved. Like, maybe that people didn't get, that you've read, that you think other people should give a fair chance to? What are some books that you look at the reviews and you're like, did we just read the same book? Like, what are you talking about? I'd love to hear your underdog books. Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.